Good evening, Internet. The Real Shroom here, and tonight I'm heading back into Standard to play another token brew like I did last week. But this week we're not going to be making harmless little 1/1 bunny tokens. We're going to make some tokens that modern players have grown to fear over the last several years. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look. The tokens that I'm referring to are these construct tokens. These are 0/0 artifact creature tokens that get +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Now, if you've ever played Modern and seen the card Urza Saga in action, you know that in any deck that can produce these tokens, they are incredibly busted. They get extremely large, extremely fast. They quickly become like 10/10s, and they just destroy absolutely everything on the opposite side of the battlefield. And in Standard, there are some ways to make these tokens, and that's what we're going to try to do tonight. We're going to do that with Urza's Command, which is a card that was released in Brothers War. I always really liked this card and wanted a brew to play it in. Well, here we go. It's a 4-mana instant that can create a tapped construct token. It also can opt. It lets us scry one and draw a card, and create a tapped Power Stone, which doesn't do us too much good, does buff our constructs, and it can also make creatures we don't control get -2/-0 till the end of the turn, which will be a mode that we rarely use. We get to choose 2 of those modes. So this is a way that at instant speed for 4 mana, we can like create a 10/10 and opt, which is pretty good. It's actually pretty good in a deck that can abuse it like ours can. The second way that we have of making construct token is Simulacrum Synthesizer. This is a 3-mana artifact. When it ETBs, we scry 2. Whenever another artifact we control with mana value 3 or greater enters, create a construct token. So, of course, we're loading our deck with lots of 3-cost artifacts so that we can just start pumping out these construct tokens from our synthesizers. Those 3-mana artifacts include Unidentified Hovership from Dustborn, which exiles a creature with toughness 5 or less when it ETBs, so it's like it's like an O-ring style effect. When it goes away, though, they just get to manifest dread, so they don't actually get their creature back. They get like a 2/2 that might be able to flip over to something, or it might just be a land that has no additional value. So that's really good. I actually think this is like better than Skyclave Apparition. But this is an excellent removal piece that also triggers our synthesizers. We are also running a Braided Net, which is a 3-mana artifact with 3 net counters on it, that we can tap it and remove a net counter to tap down a non-land permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated for as long as it remains tapped. So we get 3 activations of this to just tap something down, allowing our constructs to get in for attacks. We can eventually craft it for 2 mana with an artifact into an artifact that for 4 we can tap it to draw a card for each artifact we control, then shuffle it third from the top. I don't think we'll ever get to this point. This is a little bit more defense that also triggers Simulacrum Synthesizer to create construct tokens. And then we are running the 3 of Steel Seraph, which we can play for its prototype cost of 3 mana, 1 and 2 white. It's a 3/3 flyer at this cost, which is pretty much how we're always going to play it. It's a flyer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains your choice of flying, vigilance, or lifelink until the end of the turn. So this is hugely synergistic for our deck because it triggers the synthesizer to produce a construct token. It also enables our constructs to just win the game. Like we give one of our constructs flying, it gets in an unimpeded attack, and isn't going to take too many of those before we win. Or if we're behind on life because we're against an aggro deck, and this deck is a little slow, we just give one of our huge construct tokens lifelink, gain all of that life back, and proceed to take over the game. And then finally, we are running a 4 of Worldwalker Helm, which is a 3-mana artifact. If you create one or more artifact tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional map token. So this just gives us extra maps as we create these construct tokens, which is great because the maps make all of our construct tokens larger. And we can also sacrifice them to explore, but mostly in testing, I've just been content to let those maps accumulate on the battlefield and beef up our constructs. But for 2 mana, 1 and a blue, you can tap this to create a token that's a copy of target artifact creature token you control. So if we have the synthesizer, we play this, we create a construct token, and then for 2 mana, later that turn possibly if we have 5 mana available, or on a subsequent turn, we just tap this and pay 2 to create an additional construct token that's every bit as large as our previous constructs, beefs up all the constructs. It's actually kind of nuts when this card goes off. This is a perfect inclusion for this deck. And that segues into the next thing about the deck is we're not just creating construct tokens, because we only have 8 cards that actually do that from scratch. We're also going to copy those construct tokens so that we get just a huge, unassailable board of enormous beaters. We're doing that with the aforementioned Worldwalker Helms. And of course, we're in Azorius, so we also have Caretaker's Talent, which just lets us draw cards whenever a token's into the battlefield, which is great. And at level 2, it just lets us copy a token creature for 1 mana, which is pretty filthy, actually. 1 mana copying a construct token, like copying like a 10/10 construct, beefing up all your constructs, drawing a card in the process. It feels really, really dirty, but in a good way. So that is our our construct production and copying in a nutshell. We have other ways to make tokens as well. We have a 4 of Novice Inspector, just a 1-drop that creates a clue token when it ETBs. Really good for this deck. We're running the 2 of Deduce, which is a card selection draw spell that creates a clue token when you cast it. So also very synergistic with our deck. And the rest of the deck is just like interaction to help us survive and get to our end game. We've got 3 Steps Ahead, which is a counterspell that also can create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature we control. So it can copy our construct tokens, can actually copy our synthesizers, can copy any of our artifacts, and can make huge tokens, while also being an interactive spell to counter stuff and let us draw cards for some card selection. And then we've got some removal to help us survive as well. We got the 4 of Get Lost, which hopefully won't get us any losses during this match. I think actually I have less of a problem with Get Lost in this deck, rather than other white decks I've been playing lately, because the end game of this deck is so monstrously huge. We basically just go over the top of everything, as hopefully we'll see in the game playing. The constructs just become ridiculous, that if our opponent is trying to do anything with creatures, it kind of just doesn't matter what they're doing, because they would just be beat down by our enormous constructs. I'm running a 1 of Not on My Watch in the main board as an additional removal piece. I have been sideboarding this card. I think it's a good card against aggro decks. I really want a cheap removal spell that is not Get Lost, because the one area where Get Lost is really bad is against the red decks, because they're so good at using those. Like Explore is really, really good for those decks because it helps them find more threats. Not on My Watch is a good spell against them. I'm a little scared to use Elspeth's Smite. You need cheap removal against those decks, but I'm just so worried that Elspeth's Smite, the timing's not going to be right, and I'm just not going to be able to kill my opponent's creatures, because they'll be able to like react at instant speed with Monstrous Rage to get their creatures out of Elspeth's Smite range. That's why I don't want to run that card. I'm instead running Not on My Watch as a 5th removal piece, anti-aggro piece. And don't forget, we also have the Hoverships that can exile creatures, and the Braided Nets that can tap them down. We're running a total of 25 lands because our mana value is quite high. Since we need to trigger Simulacrum Synthesizer, we're very heavy on 3-drops. That's why we need to get to 3 mana like reliably, like every time as much as possible. So 25, I believe, is the correct number of lands, at least. I could see an argument for 26, but we're going with 25 tonight. We should have enough card selection to get us to lands when we need them. The mana base is pretty straightforward. You know, we've got 2 of Restless Anchorage as a creature land that can generate artifact tokens, map tokens when they attack. We got the 4 of Surveil lands, and we've got a 1 of Mirex just as a land that can generate artifact tokens cheaply. For 3 mana, it can generate a 1/1 Phyrexian Might token that can't block, but it's an artifact, so it beefs up all of our constructs. It also can crew the Hoverships. The Hovership is a 2/2 flying vehicle that can be crewed for 1, so our little Phyrexian Might tokens can climb into the Hovership and fly it in for attacks. The sideboard includes Authority of the Councils, 3 of them, as well as Not on My Watch 2 and 3 against those aggro matchups. It's got Crystal Barricade as a 3 of. I really like this card against like discard heavy decks. It's even good against, you know, burn decks, of which there is a fair amount, you know, since the printing of like Boros Charm into Standard. You do see burn decks that want to target burn spells at your face or your creatures. I like how Barricade just shuts that down, as well as shutting down discard Deep Cavern Bats, etc. A couple of Exorciser there as additional removal to artifacts, enchantments, and big creatures. 3 of Rest in Peace against graveyards, and a couple of additional counterspells, a Negate and a No More Lies, just to let us be a little bit more control-y when we need to. And that is the deck. We are going to abuse the heck out of construct tokens. In testing, it's kind of silly. When this deck goes off, it creates some disgusting battlefields loaded with enormous constructs that just our opponent can never go over the top of. You know, they might play like an Atraxa whatever. It just kind of doesn't matter what they do creature-wise. The constructs will just beat them down. So let's see if we can reproduce those in Platinum tier on the ladder. And if you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. IOI will be our opponents. We'll be on the play. And we're on the play, so we can keep this. We do have some removal. Steel Seraphs can gain us life if needed, so we'll keep this. I think that's Omniscience. That art. So we'll see if they're a control deck of some kind. Some kind of Omniscience deck, perhaps. Well, they let on island, so they are blue. One other thing about constructs is their artifacts. So Go for the Throat can't target them, which is very, very extremely relevant in Standard right now, because that is one of the most commonly played. They also usually can't be cut down. So really the only black removal spell that can target them is Anoint with Affliction, which is commonly played these days. Alright, so they're like some kind of prowess style deck. I think we'll just play a 3/3 Seraph. I'm not going to block the Otter token. I'm just going to use Seraph to gain 3 life each turn. We do have the Hovership, which can exile something, so they're at least Simic. Seed of Hope. No attack. Alright, let's get lifelink in. An attack here. I really don't want to waste my Hovership on that Otter. Let's do some surveilling. We don't need more lands. I guess I'll just get down this Worldwalker. Now, I kind of want to get lost their Storm Chaser's talent when they spend mana to tick it up. Bushwhack. To find land? Yeah, sure. No problem. So it looks like they are Simic. Attack for 2 is fine. I want to wait till they spend mana ticking up their enchantment before I get lost it. So I'm happy to just race. I'm winning this race. Into the Flood Maw to bounce it. That's fine. I don't want to waste my counterspell on that. We'll just replay it. We still have Get Lost held up. Cash grab. return an island to their hand. They opt. Attack for 3? Yeah, sure. Novice Inspector is good. Let's go lifelinking. Now I could Helm into Inspector, which would give me a map and a clue. That means they'd be able to... I mean, how scared am I of them leveling up their Storm Chaser's talent? They can get back in Opts. They can get back there into the Flood Maw, which is slightly annoying. I kind of feel like I'm really far ahead here. So I'm just going to tap out. So let's make a clue and a map. I should have explored there. Seed of Hope. Attack for 2. Sure, we'll take it. Alright. Demolition Field A. Let's just go to combat. We'll give lifelink. Alright, they're summoning a big crab. Well, I think we'll counter that. Attack. I don't know, maybe that was not right to counter that. Because I can't deal with it. It's just... when it enters, tap up the 2 creatures... This town ain't big enough. So they're just bounce.deck. Bouncing my Novice Inspector. And their token? What? What is going on? Alright, we get back their crab. Oh, there's an Urza's Command. Okay. It is about to go down here. So... let's attack. With lifelink. I think we'll make a construct... and opt. We'll play our Novice Inspector, and now we still have enough mana to copy our construct, which is a 7/7. It would be a little unfortunate if they bounce my construct in response to me copying it, but they only have one unknown card in hand. Tolarian Terror, sure. That's a big boy. But you know it's even bigger. Analyze the pollen. Searching for a library, land or creature. Another terror. But, yeah. You know what's even bigger than terrors, though? Constructs. Ah. And we're about to get really filthy with it. Okay. Caretaker's Talent. Copy a construct. Our constructs are 11/11s. So actually we just win here, because I can cast another Seraph. Our constructs are 12/12s. I give them flying. 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 GG's. Okay, so they are a Tolarian Terror deck. We definitely want our Rest in Peace. I think we want our counters. That's probably about it. I think we'll often be cutting one Urza's Command because it is expensive. Maybe cut a Not on My Watch. I'm not that scared of their creatures, frankly. Cut a Novice Inspector. Can sometimes cut a Worldwalker Helm. Sideboarding is a little tricky with this deck, because, you know, it's so synergistic. But you gotta cut something when you bring in stuff. I think I'll cut a couple of Urza's commands. This hand's fine. Yeah, we got a Hovership. We don't have Rest in Peace, which I would really like, but we got good cards. I don't think I can mull too aggressively for Rest in Peace. Keep 7. I think I'm gonna Inspector turn 1. Up the Beanstalk. Yeah, that's pretty good. Gonna bounce our Novice Inspector. Bushwhacking for land. Okay. Well. Missing land drops sure is bad. I could try to crack the clue to find a land. I think that's what I gotta do. I added land number 25 right before this stream. We break again. My goodness. Discard 2 cards. Jeez. Alright, I guess I should have just played the Inspector. Okay, we find land number 3. I think we'll play our Inspector. There's a crab. They draw off their Get Lost. Off their Beanstalk, rather. We'll go ahead and Get Lost the crab while they're tapped out. Analyzing the pollen for a Tolarian Terror. Well, we won't be able to pay the ward, unfortunately, for that. Miss land again. Okay, we get a Scry 2 off our Synthesizer. Get Lost, Rest in Peace. Neither of these are lands. Rest in Peace is really good, but I think I have to bottom it. I just need land. We will chump with our Novice Inspector. Alright, they're cracking clues. They have Cash Grab on top. Well, I'll go for another Synthesizer. It very well might get countered. But I can't really play around anything right now, because we're pretty far behind. Yep. I actually would prefer that to get countered than my Hovership. If I can draw land, an untapped land, I can cast Hovership with Negate protection. I will certainly chump block whenever given an opportunity. The thing is, this thing has ward 2. So actually, even if I get a land, I can't Hovership it. I need another land to be able to Hovership it. This town ain't big enough. Actually, a Rest in Peace wouldn't be bad. A Rest in Peace would be sick off the top. Oh, heck yeah. I even have Negate to back it up, too. So, how about your Tolarian Terror is a 0/5? Oh no, it's not. It just costs less. I'm thinking of the Haughty Djinns. Okay. So yeah, we're in huge trouble here. cash grab. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Okay, I think we're actually just dead. I can buy us one more turn. If they don't have a counterspell. Which they do. Okay, we gotta just not miss our third land drop for 2 turns in a row. I want exercise. 2 cuts here. I guess we'll go down to 2 inspectors. 3 mana artifacts are also tough to cut, but I think I'm going to cut the braided net. Alright, I would love to have a rest in peace. I'm not going to mulligan for it, though. I don't know, this hand doesn't really interact with him very well. I suppose exercise is good against them. Alright, we'll keep. See if we can surveil a rest in peace to the top. That would be sweet. Flood Farm Verge, no thank you. Well, more lands aren't really what we're looking for. Alright, we've seen they have more lands. We've seen they have 3 steps ahead. Do they have any 2 mana counters? That's what we're gonna find out. No, just a cash grab. Scry 2. Yeah, I'll take a Caretaker's Talent, sure. Alright, so they're holding up a counterspell. 100%. So I'm not going to play into it. There's the crab. Alright. Let's play a Steel Seraph. Make a construct. They bounce the Steel Seraph. Exercise the crab. Storm Chasers, Analyze the pollen. Alright. Go for a Caretaker's Talent. This town ain't big enough. Alright, and we'll just... I think play our synthesizer again. Scry 2. Helm. And Get Lost. Those are both fantastic draws. Yeah, I want a Helm. There's a terror, sure. And a crab. Okay. Only one card left in their hand. Okay, how do we want to do this? I think we want to talent again. Play our Helm. Draw 2 cards. I think we'll just copy a token now, just to have a wide board. Yeah, I'll attack with this 7/7. They take it. Seed of Hope, So they could level up their Storm Chaser's talent, take back this town ain't big enough, bounce one of my constructs, but I'm just going to be producing so many constructs. With my Worldwalker Helm, it's going to be a problem for them. Analyze the pollen, looking for another creature. A Tolarian Terror. That's a nice 5/5, sure. Okay, they take back a Flood Maw. Which they don't have mana for right now. Okay. And I draw Rest in Peace. I draw a counterspell. That's great. So let's play a Seraph. Make a construct. Draw 2 cards. Play a land. I think I'll give this token flying. And we'll just attack with 3 10/10s. They block with their chumps. We'll pass the turn. Level 3, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you make an otter. Okay, we'll just get lost that. We don't want chump blocking otters. Into the Flood Maw, we'll counter. And that's game. So yeah, you see what I mean? Copying construct tokens. Like, this isn't even Standard doesn't even really have the tools to support this strategy, and these are 10/10s. Here comes an attack. Well, yeah, I'll block your Tolarian Terror. Take a little tickle there. Alright, an opponent ropes us out, and GG's, I guess. Nice 5/5s you got over there. They're cute. Plead V is our second opponent. Or is it Plead the 5th? I'm not sure. And this hand looks fine. Can we not get mana screwed this time, please? Alright, blue-white. Founding the third path. Alright, so this looks like Occulus. Yeah, Haughty Djinn plus Occulus. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get lost this founding. They recommissioned their Haughty Djinn. Okay. Alright. I think we'll hold up 3 steps ahead plus not on my watch. Free the Fae. Chart a course. Gonna recommission an Occulus. That I think will counter. They have another Moment of Truth on top of their library. Alright, well, we're in trouble. Well, I'm gonna try to not on my watch this turn. So, if that doesn't work, we're dead. This thing will be lethal by the time it attacks, I'm sure. More Moments of Truth. Alright, let's see if this works. They bounce the Haughty Djinn. Well, we can counter it on the way back down, which is kind of cool. So I think we'll just hold up Urza's command and a counter spell. Let's counter draw. I don't think they do play Phantom Interference, don't they? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I haven't seen this deck in a while. Don't make a sound. Oh, we could have played around it. Oops. Okay, that was just a horrible misplay on my part. Get lost. Alright. Let's play our Helm. And let's get lost this Djinn while they're tapped out. Give them a pile of treasures, so... a pile of maps, rather, which isn't good. Another Haughty. Can I draw another Get Lost? I've already played 2. Okay. I don't think we wait. Well, I don't know. Do we wait until they untap? They're drawing Moment of Truth. Look at the top 3. The question is, do I get lost now or do I wait until their turn so that they can't use the map tokens? If I wait till their turn, they get to look at 4 additional cards. Yeah, I think I just gotta do this now. And I think I'll do this now as well. Make a construct and scry. Hovership is beautiful. Don't make a sound on top of their library. They keep it there. I mean, if this is another non-land, we just... No, we go to 1. Oh, the hovership can't hit it because it's too big. Well, that misplay with the counter spell certainly hurt us. Then again, if we hadn't drawn the extra card, yeah, I think that was really bad. It's not guaranteed that we wouldn't have lost had we not gotten countered there, but all right, can I see Get Lost number 4, please? I'm like kind of revealing my whole deck plan to my opponent here. Wow. Are we lucky or what? Wow. And these tokens are going to be lethal next turn. They recommissioned an Occulus, which is a 6/6. Well, now I think we're dead. Because they're gonna manifest dread, get another blocker. I don't know. Can we possibly survive? No, I don't think so. They're not gonna have to block with their Occulus. Why does it have that +1/+1 on it? Because of the recommission. So I can deal with... I can't deal with the Occulus with this Hovership. Unless I draw like my braided net. Can I draw a braided net? Oh, I don't have a synthesizer. Okay, let's... never mind. We just have to block one of these and then I die. Alright. Well, that might have been a very costly misplay, but Rest in Peace is very good against them. And Not on My Watch is very good against them, and Counterspells are very good against them. Exercise is really good against them too. So we got a lot of stuff that's good. 3, 4, cut a couple of Urza's commands. I think we kind of have to do some general shaving when we board in this much stuff. Braided net, I mean, you gotta kill the Occulus. Braided net, it doesn't cut the mustard. Get lost and a 3 steps ahead. I don't think this is good enough. Yeah, let's mulligan. Let's find a Rest in Peace. Do I mull to 5 to try to find Rest in Peace? I don't think so. Let's bottom probably this Seraph. There's a Rest in Peace. Go ahead and negate that. Okay, let's play Rest in Peace. Now I wish I hadn't spent that negate. I should not have spent that negate. Knowing that I had Rest in Peace in hand. Cathar Commando. Founding, okay. Free the Fae. I could counter that. That gets rid of the fairy too. Yeah, I think I will. Hovership. Alright, let's get lost the Founding. There's a Hottie to 0/4. They have an Occulus on top. They bin it. Alright, let's get White Source number 2. Another Rest in Peace would be sweet. let's Simulacrum. Rest in peace, Urza's command. Yeah, those are both great. Do I really want both? I think I do, actually. If they have a recommission right now, that's pretty horrible. They do. It's a 6/6. Just a turn behind where I needed to be. Alright, so we know our next two cards aren't going to be good against the Occulus. We can't Hovership plus Rest in Peace. I think we'll just Rest in Peace. But it's too late. They have the Occulus. It's just, if you can't kill this, it wins. There's a lot of creatures in Magic that are like that. If you can't deal with it, it just wins. That's 11 damage. And I'm just dead to the Occulus. Okay. Rove scores. Is our opponent. So we kind of got lost that last match. Because it was all those map tokens that made that pixie lethal threat in the end. This hand looks fine. It's a little slow. But we're on the play. Novice Inspector, sweet. Hello, opponent. Good game, they say. Candy Trail. We're gonna enter scry 2, and it's a food. It's a food clue. That's actually not bad. So one thing about this deck, I'll talk about this in my final thoughts about the Brew. But a card like this might actually be good for this deck. Let's inspect. Get lost. Hopefully won't get us a loss this game. Let's attack. Pass the turn. Blast zone. Alright, let's draw a card. Another land. Play a land. Attack for 1. Pass. Alright, they're sacking their Candy Trail now. So I think I'll take this opportunity to make a construct and opt. Deduce. Yeah, I think Deduce is a good card to draw. Our construct's only a 1/1 for now. It has no throat to be gotten. To be gone for. Blast Zone cannot hit... Starts with 1 counter, so it can't hit tokens. Another Candy Trail. Okay. I would love to draw a Caretaker's Talent. Those Blast Zones are annoying. Hey, there's another Urza's Command. So I think I'll actually just make a construct, make a Power Stone. Not playing around any counter spells, which could be bad. They could have Phantom Interference. They do. Alright. Probably should have waited on that. But we got that out of their hands. Alright, very impatient play. Alright, let's make a clue. Let's deduce. Now we get lost. Alright. Let's get in there for 4. Just let those clues sit on the battlefield. Confounding Riddle. Look at the top 4, put 1 in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. Sure. Pit of Offerings. Exile up to 3 cards from graveyard. Okay. So they can... That's kind of cool. I like that. It's a cave, huh? Unstoppable Slasher. That's fine. We got the Hovership. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing this. I didn't need to crack my... Oh yeah, I do, because I want to use my, I want to use my Demolition Field. Let's get rid of that Fountain Port. This does give them 3 untapped mana. Another Demolition Field is cool. Alright, let's Hovership your Slasher. Counter your counter. Get rid of the Slasher. Attack for 6. River's Rebuke. Okay. It's annoying. But they don't get their Slasher back, they just get a they just get a face-down card. Let's draw a card. Synthesizer. Steal Seraph. Alright. Play another Inspector. Oh, I don't have the mana for a Steel Seraph now. These don't have ward or anything? I'm so surprised. Alright, let's draw a card. More lands. Alright. Let's play a 3/3 Seraph. They counter. We'll let that go. Deduce. Alright, start blowing up blast zones. Alright, they crack it to kill our inspectors. Hey, we draw an inspector. Let's draw a card. Synthesizer? Something? A land. You don't need more lands, thank you very much. No block? Alright, let's blow up your other blast zone. This is a little risky, tapping out like this in the face of all those cards. Because they definitely could have instant speed stuff. They seem to be very control-y. Yeah, they're extremely control-y. So they could have something devastating to play at instant speed. Hopefully our removal would cover that, but still. Living on the edge. They have a Chrome Host Seed Shark. Let's get lost the Seed Shark. Spellgyre, jeez. They're like counterspell.deck. Okay. Synthesizer. Bottom. Hovership. Get rid of the Seed Shark. Make a construct. Okay, they pass. Let us just attack for 4. Transform their token. Let's get lost. Negate. Let's get lost. More lands, you say? Okay. The end. Counter copy. Counter copy draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counter target spell unless its opponent plays 4. Okay. The end a token. They see that our last card is Get Lost, but come on deck, give me some 3-cost artifacts. Or like a Restless Anchorage. Mystical Teachings. Gets an Anoint with Affliction. Alright, let's get lost. They didn't use any maps, so I have to assume they have counter spells here. Caretaker's talents. That's great. Alright. Let's see if our anchorage lives. Make a map, draw a card. Crack the map. Deduce, sure, we'll leave that on top. Mystical Teachings again. For the end. So they're trying to just counter, kill, kill, kill. Eventually win with Unstoppable Slasher. Alright. Let's draw a card. Another Caretaker's talents. Surveil a steel Seraph to the top. Play a Caretaker's talents. Phantom Interference to make a token end counter. Yeah, I'll pay. Alright, they don't have mana for the end now, so they just have a blocker. Oh, they have... Is that, it costs 2 less if you your life... Okay, it cost them only 2. Alright, they exile my Restless Anchorages. It made me shuffle my Seraph as well. So this opponent wins by having opponents time out a lot, I bet. Map has a negate on top. Mockingbird copying the Unstoppable Slasher. Leaving that negate on top. Alright, deck. How about some construct tokens? Let's draw 2 cards. Ooh, Not on My Watch is pretty good. But it doesn't really get us out of this situation. They have negate in hand. I mean, they're dead on the backswing to constructs. Alright, let us... Not on My Watch, your token. They use their negate. Alright, let's draw some cards. Okay. Let's play a Hovership. Exile a Slasher. Make a Construct. Draw 2 cards. Play a Synthesizer. Rated Nets. Good game, I think. They said good game. Let's see if 2 15/15s gets the job done. It does. Okay. Opponent is playing remove, 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 counter, 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 slash. So we want negate, we want no more lies. Not on my watch. Are they gonna bring in discard? I think it's like very likely they do. Maybe I bring in barricades. Can always cut a command. Yeah, let's not bring in the barricades. Maybe game 3, if they bring in a bunch of discard spells, we will. A helm. Inspector. Maybe I'll lose a Seraph. What are the chances we'll resolve these Caretaker's commands? I don't think we can mull this, really. We'll need to find some counters for something good. Alright, let's just go for an archive. Novice Inspector. We can do Novice Inspector. Play our Novice. They counter it, okay. I'm not going to play Caretaker's Talent into it. Into their counters. Candy Trail, sure. Not on my watch. Okay, they tap out. I think I'll go make a construct. Opt. Get lost. Bottom. We're looking for more for like counters and stuff. Synthesizer's not bad. I don't know. Can't. They're like their whole deck is counters. They have like literally every counter spell you can have. All right, let's get rid of your blast zone. Defabricates. Okay. You want to counter this? No. There's a slasher. Might as well just use this because I can. I would love it if they countered this. Phantom Interference, okay. Alright, let's play a Synthesizer. Bottom. And a Caretaker's Talent. So we do get hit once by the Slasher. Which isn't great. Archive. Anchorage, no thanks. I think I'll just try to kill this slasher. They can tick up their blast zone to 3 and get rid of all of our stuff, which is terrible, actually. Kind of didn't consider they had that. Okay. They're popping their blast zone. Draw another synthesizer. Negates. Demolition field we don't need. Alright, we do need to find something like a 3-cost artifact, please. Outrageous robbery. Let's counter draw. We'll discard a demolition field. Get lost. That's a good draw. Mystical teachings. Let's get lost at the slasher. Negate the mystical teachings. Another slasher. Novice Inspector. Okay. You got a chump blocker. Alright. Let's make a construct. That's fine, actually. I'm gonna try to make a construct, give their slasher -2. It's so risky, though. Like, they could just counter that. I can pay for a phantom interference. So, yeah, let's do this. Draw a card. More lands. Well, we're going for it. I should have played a land first. That was stupid. Alright, they have the counter spell. opponent's playing the most annoying deck ever. Yeah, it was at committing the third 3-drop to that blast zone that did me in, I think. Cut Inspector. This hand looks good on the play. Land number 4 we will need at some point. Good game, they say. Okay, well, don't want to play anything into Phantom Interference. More counters is okay. Alright. Lands are good. Fountain Port. Deduce. Let's deduce. Alright, we'll pass. Miss our land drop, which is terrible. In a control mirror. Opponent has less than 9 minutes left. Gonna create a treasure? Sure. Let's draw a card. Boy. Would have been real nice to draw a land there. Well, if I play any of my 3-drops, I can't hold up a counterspell. So I don't want to discard. Let's play a Steel Seraph. We still have to discard the hand size. I'll discard what? 3 steps ahead. Maybe this hovership. Probably the hovership. There's a slasher. Alright, let's try to eat down a Simulacrum. Defabricate. I think we'll counter that. They counter back. Alright, so need to hope they don't have double counters against my... Not on my watch. One, two, three. Yeah, I guess I'll play this. I regret having discarded that Unidentified Hovership. Negate. Okay. Opponent's deck is just rude. Like, they might win here. Not only is it possible they'll win, I mean, they haven't won yet. But they also, like, take all of your time to do so. So, what are the chances they don't have a counter here? Slim to none? Yeah. I don't think I can play this into all that open mana and all those cards. There's a Get Lost. Making a fish. Counter. Counter. Yeah, I'm paying the 2. If they have another counter, we're dead. The alternative was keep that 2 mana to try to... Okay. Well, literally the most annoying deck ever. Close. Alright, we're against Dark. We're keeping this, looks like. Land number 4 will be good. Alright, so this looks like meta Dimir. Unholy Annex. We do draw a Get Lost. Let's play a Synthesizer. I'm gonna keep a Worldwalker Helm on top. There's the Archfiend. Okay. I wonder if we can kill them with their own Archfiend. No, not with the drains they get off the Unholy Annex. Well, I mean, maybe we can. Let's see. Duress, sure. Steel Seraph might be really good here. Takes Get Lost. Alright. Tap the Archfiend. Okay. Let's play a Steel Seraph. Gain some life. Make a construct. Give our construct lifelink. Alright, they anoint our Seraph, but we got off the ability. Oh wow, we might be able to kill them with their own Archfiend. I've never done that before. We'll see. Tap the Archfiend. Alright, they make their free 6/6. Scry a land to the bottom. I think we'll go for Caretaker's talent here. Make a construct. They're 5/5s, not 6/6s, unfortunately. We'll pass. So we just need to survive. We need them to not remove our braided nets, which I don't know if they have a way they can do. They can kill their Archfiend as well. We are just dying to the Unholy Annex, of course. We can't hovership the 6/6. But we can hovership the Fairy Mastermind. Draw a card. Alright, our constructs are 7/7s, so they do have to block at least one, or remove one. They have the Anoint. Yeah, they're gonna kill their thing, of course. Can we beat... Oh, they have no more demons, so that's good. Yeah, we have a chance here. They had to kill their own demon. Duress. Doomsday Excruciator. I think we have to... If they have Jace, we just die. Let's do this. So they're just going to play a Jace and we're going to lose, is what's going to happen. I have 4 mana available. Can I get my... I can't get my constructs big enough. Can I? Well, we're gonna try. Kill that. Make another one of these. No, we get him to 10 10s, not up to 13 13s. And they play Jason win. Yep. So we definitely want our crystal barricades. We want our counter spells and our exercises. And cut. In fact, maybe I want the Gix's commands. The Urza's commands, rather. We gotta do a little shaving. We want to avoid cutting those if possible. Cut a Seraph. We're gonna need the life, though. Yeah, I think we gotta do a little general shaving. The Hovership, it's good against it's good against Fairy Mastermind and like Deep Cavern Bat. It actually can't hit Archfiend, so I'll cut one of those. Sure, we'll keep this. Yeah, no Crystal Barricade sucks. That would be really nice to have in our opening draw. Let's draw a card. Exercise. Let's see if they have a counter. Probably do. They don't. Okay. 2 lands. I think 1 land is probably okay. I don't think we need 2. Well, they didn't have it last turn, so... They didn't have it last turn, maybe they don't have it now. Start making some constructs. Two lands in a row can go to the bottom. Alright, let's play our Helm. Get 2 constructs. attack. There's an Archfiend. Alright, let's make a construct. Let's get rid of that Archfiend. Attack for lethal. Alright, got him good there. And yeah, let's just do that again, I guess. We have our barricade this time, so I think I'll keep. Yeah, our hand looks pretty good. Duress. They take no more lies. Really? They have double duress on turn 2. When I have a barricade in hand. Okay, well, no more duressing for you. Alright, let's do some surveilling. Steel Seraph? I like Steel Seraph. Alright, we'll just play a 3/3. I wonder if they can anoint with this, or if it counts as a mana value 6. Not sure. Blasphemous Edict. Okay. Play a talent. And let's draw some constructs here. Meticulous Archive is not constructs. You don't need more lands. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. They get 1 fish. Doomsday Excruciator. Alright, so when they draw Jace, we die. I mean, they probably have it in hand, I guess, so I would love to draw a counterspell here, please. Oh no, I wanted to let them draw an extra card. Oh, I think I messed that up really bad. Oops. A Simulacrum. Can you find me a counterspell, please? Yeah, I needed to let them have that demon for 1 extra turn. So if I lose, it's kind of my fault. If they have a Jace, it's moot anyway. We just lose. They do. Of course they do. Alright. Well, that's the deck that won the World Championship. Wayne will be our final opponent. We'll keep this. And hope that they're not too aggro. They've got a hippo, so how fast could they be? It's a winged hippo, though. I guess hippos are pretty fast, actually. Cavern Bat. So it looks like just World Championship Dimir again. Takes our synthesizer. Alright, we got our hovership. Do we play around Phantom Interference? Yeah, I think we do. Spyglass Siren, sure. Fairy Mastermind on top of their deck. They bin it. Alright, let's play our hovership. Take our synthesizer back into our hands. Duress. Another Get Lost. Fairy Mastermind. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a construct. And maybe a Power Stone too? Sure. Power Stone can help us cast this Helm. And also make our constructs bigger. Alright. Let's cast this Helm. Copy our construct. Attack for 6. Apparently opponent is mana screwed, but we'll take it. Sick of playing that BS. Okay, so we again want the same stuff as last time. We want all of our crystal barricades, our counters, our exercises, and we'll make some cuts. They do have bats this time around, so I think I'll keep in both the hover ships. I mean, they have bats always. I'm gonna stick with one hover ship. I like Urza's command in the control-y matchups. We gotta cut something though. All right, we'll try this. Well, this hand looks okay. See how many times we get duressed. I don't really want a mulligan though, so we only have access to white mana right now. They have a Deep Cavern Bat on top of their library. Alright, we'll kill it because they'll just take the Get Lost if we don't. Barricade would have been nice to have turns ago. I guess I'm gonna play it though. This is also an artifact, by the way, so it does boost up our construct count. Enduring Curiosity. Alright, we can hovership that. More Enduring Curiosities. Yep. My card is so busted. Steel Seraph. Steel Seraph would help in blocking that Spyglass Siren, so I guess I'll keep it. Shieldred. If we don't counter Shieldred, we probably just lose. This is so bad, because they can attack. If I don't block with the barricade, they draw 2 cards. Because of my mana, I can't. No more lives, plus not on my watch. Alright. Let's get rid of one of these reefs. Get a white source. Counter it, I guess. They can counter back. Yep. That probably does it for us. They draw a card. They gain 2 life. Another Crystal Barricade. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this one. They know our whole hand except for this Crystal Barricade we just drew. Yeah, we can just actually scoop at this point. That card is so ridiculous. Alright, so we want Not on My Watch, all 3 copies. Let's cut. We have to shave some of our real value stuff, I guess, to make room for all this interaction. Got a little color screwed there. Which is why I don't like to put more than 4... I have 4 colorless lands in this deck. There's 2 in my opener. Guess I'm keeping, though. Okay, we'll keep an island on top. Alright, let's go for Caretaker's talents. Drawing a card with their Fountain Port. Oh, they're mana screwed again, huh? Okay. think I just pass. Another siren. Preacher of the Schism. Alright, let's get rid of their fountain port. Let's get lost the Preacher. Now let's draw something good, please. Can we get something good? Not really. I guess I'll get down this thing. So next turn, maybe with Mirrex, I can make some tokens. Draw a card. They got double Restless Reef. Kaito, let's negate that. They could just ninjutsu that in, and then I wouldn't even get a chance to counter it. Alright, let's just make a token and draw a card. The Kraken maps, that's good. What's not good is I have no answer to these Restless Reefs. I need to start making constructs. They draw 3 lands. Well, in a way that's good. Annoyed with Affliction? Okay. In response, we'll copy the token and draw a card. Get a map as well. Not on my watch. I'll play Helm number 2. I gotta hold up this counter though. Attack since I can't block. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Because this doesn't really do me any good. I probably should have just held up the counter. Because I need to counter a, you know, Enduring Curiosity if they play that. Deep Cavern Bat. That's gonna take my not on my watch, so I guess I have to counter that, unfortunately. Yeah, without any constructs, we're not doing so well. Down to 7. Hovership. Doesn't do anything. I guess we'll attack. Use a map? I should have done that before attacking. Copy this token. Not on my watch. Okay. It's not terrible. Alright, we'll kill this reef. Copy our might, draw a card. Another helm. Where are my synthesizers? Crystal barricade. Well, I'm gonna play this hovership. Oh, dude, did you really tap all of my white mana to do that? Oh, it had to, because I only have 2. Oh, man. Now I think I'm going to lose to this Restless Reef. Well, now I need to draw a card and hope I draw an untapped white source. I don't. So I just die here, right? No, I can crew the hovership to block the Spyglass Siren. Well, we'll see. They have Anoint with Affliction, I die. Okay, I live on 1. A Verge. Let's draw a card. There's a Simulacrum Synthesizer. Attack you down to 9 poison. They say good game. I wonder what they mean by that. Here's the Restless Reef. Uh-huh. Alright, we will get lost it. And we kill them with poison on the backswing. Alright. Wow. Okay, so that's the Kaito. That's the Kaito build of Dimir. Which, I don't think that the Javier Dominguez version didn't have Kaito, I don't think. So they're 2 different decks. They're both very, very strong deck. But we beat that one, so GG's. By the skin of our teeth. Our little Phyrexian toxic teeth. Okay, so our final record with our Azorius Constructs R Us token deck was a 2-3. We lost to Azorius Occulus, we lost to World Championship Dimir, and we lost to the world's most annoying deck that's all counterspells removal with Unstoppable Slasher, which was also a close match. All the matches that we lost were pretty close. We had a chance in all of them. I think the deck is actually, it's quite good. One thing is, like, you need to get to these pieces. There's only a total of 8 things in our library that can create construct tokens. You need to find them. So I think that the deck needs like 4 deduce at least, 4 additional card draw. Deduce is actually just a really good card for this deck because token, like artifact tokens, are just really good. So there really should be a 4 of deduce there. I could see cutting like 3 steps ahead for a deduce. Really, this is just a counter spell. It's nice to have the interaction, but we have plenty of removal in our main board between the removal spells and the hoverships. So I think we could shave 1 3 steps ahead for a deduce. Find another card somewhere else to add deduce number 4. I think you do want to have 25 lands because the mana value of this deck is so high. The sideboard is fine. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid deck. We got to see like how brutal the constructs can be. Like this game, if this deck gets its engine online, it just goes over the top of any deck that you're gonna come up against in combat. You just win the combats because your constructs are so incredibly huge. Like it doesn't matter how big their creatures are, your creatures are gonna be bigger. And ideally, like you're producing a bunch of them all the time and drawing cards as you do so. So the deck is fun, the deck is strong, the deck can beat some of the tier decks in Standard. I don't know if it can do that consistently enough to like win an RCQ or something. Maybe with some tweaking it actually could be really competitive. So here's a couple things that I considered about the deck. I considered putting Mockingbird in the deck. That is a good card to put in the deck because it only costs 1 mana for the Mockingbird to copy a construct token, which is a pretty good rate. You know, 1 mana for a 10/10 is really nice. You know, we see that with Caretaker's talent, how dirty being able to copy a construct token is, and Mockingbird is like kind of the same thing. 1 mana for a construct token, very good. Mockingbird's also just a very versatile card because it can copy your novice inspectors, it can copy your opponent's stuff, so yeah, Mockingbird I could definitely see as an inclusion. I did test out some. I don't think I ever actually drew one in testing, oddly enough. Like I started off with like 3 in my deck, and ended up cutting them down in favor of more of these cards. But I definitely could see like having 1 or 2 Mockingbirds. That would be a good inclusion. Another thing about this deck is because it is so focused on 3 drops, by necessity, since you have your Simulacrum Synthesizer needs artifacts that cost 3 or more, it's quite slow. And in Azorius colors, it's really hard to ramp. There's no way to ramp from turn 1 to turn 3. So I think one thing you could do is go Bant, so that you could have some Llanowar Elves as a turn 1 play that would allow you to get down, you know, one of your 3-drop enchantments or artifacts on turn 2. That's something that I didn't try out, but I could see how that might be worth doing, and I'm sure there's some good artifacts that are green as well. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I think there's like the Harvest one that's also like a ramp piece. I think that costs 3. And that would be a good inclusion. Or, yeah, I think that's an artifact. I could be wrong. But anyway, if you just, you know, scryfall it, I'm sure you'll find some good artifacts that are 3 or above that would trigger your synthesizer, and playing green would allow you to have Llanowar Elves as well to get those 3 drops down early, which I think could be quite good. I think you do need the 25 lands, unfortunately. I don't think that's a place you can cut. I think the sideboard's pretty good. We didn't come against any like red aggro decks, but I did come against them in testing. Mostly lost to them, but not since I added the Not On My Watch to the main board. Maybe that would help a little bit. I think it's definitely possible you could win against mono red or Gruul with this array of cards. Anyway, you know, we lost to really good decks that are, you know, really good decks, and one the most annoying deck ever, which took an hour and was just all counter spells and unstoppable slashers. We didn't quite squeak that one out. There definitely were some punts on my part, which I think contributed maybe to some of those losses. But even though we did lose 3 matches, they were close matches. And this deck has the potential to win against anything, I think, because the plan of copying constructs is so powerful. And I'm just happy to have had a chance to finally play Urza's Command, because this card is really busted. And, you know, you could build a version of this deck in, like, Pioneer that would be possibly better because you have access to Urza Scion of... Karn, Scion of Urza, which is a 4-mana planeswalker that can just -2 to create construct tokens. So that would allow you to go up to 12 cards that can just naturally produce constructs. So I might end up trying that in the future. It also means the mana is a bit better, so if you wanted to go banned, it would be easier, because you just have access to, you know, shock lands and triomes and you know, check lands and that kind of thing, unlike the really bad mana that exists in Standard currently. But anyway, I really like the deck. I think it's fun. I'm so glad I got to play some Urza's commands and to show off just how huge and brutal those construct tokens can be, and what an inevitable end game this deck can produce. So, that's going to do it for Constructs Are Us Azorius tokens for this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream Magic the Gathering on my Twitch channel every Friday night. There's a link to the Twitch channel in the description below. I also stream other non-Magic games on Mondays and Tuesdays on Twitch, so feel free to come by and check it out if you want to see the action live. I hope you all have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.